Okay, here it is. Toronto slammed by snowstorm, over 250 flights cancelled or delayed, and I was in one of them. I was right above Toronto when the snowstorm happened. I'll tell you more about that in a second, but before that, I need to do something else because I'm so excited for this. Let's go. Welcome to Nomad Outside the Box. Now that the fun is done, I'm going to talk to you about my flight from Calgary to Toronto, which is not exactly what happened yesterday, January 28th. So I was supposed to fly from Calgary to Toronto in the morning. I was at the airport waiting, and we actually had a 2 hours delay because there was something wrong with the plane. They had to fix it before we had to go. And so we were waiting. I didn't mind at all. I was just working on my computer, taking advantage of the internet, free internet at the airport, basically. I wasn't stressed. I didn't have any connections. I was like, whenever I'm gonna arrive, it's gonna be fine. But then the people were saying, we don't know which temperature it is gonna be when we're gonna arrive in Toronto. Then we left from Calgary 2 hours later and then flew to Toronto. But when we arrived above Toronto, there was a waiting line of airplanes trying to land because it was right in the snowstorm of Toronto. The pilot announced us that we had to keep waiting until it was our turn because the landing area was covered with snow and it was dangerous, so they were waiting for it to be cleared. And so we kept being in the sky, just staying above Toronto airport, not knowing if we would be able to land. And then an hour and a half later, the pilot goes on and is like, well, I have an announcement for everyone. The landing area has been closed. They are not able to remove the snow and make it safely in Toronto. And so they announced that we were flying to Montreal, which is hilarious. I burst out laughing in the airplane, and I felt so bad for the other people, but it was so ironic because I was flying to Toronto to meet friends on Monday, and then on Wednesday I was supposed to bus back from Toronto to Montreal, a 6-hour ride, and now I was flying to Montreal for free in 47 minutes and going back to Montreal. We flew to Montreal, landed, and I asked the people, can I leave? Like, can I leave the plane? Because they're like, no one leaves the plane, we all stay seated. And I was like, well, that was my final destination, so might as well stay. So they let me get out of the plane. I had to check in baggage, but I was like, I'm going to my parents' place anyway, so I'm gonna have some stuff there. And then they were saying they would ship it for free, which is even better because then I didn't have to transport myself in Montreal with my backpack and my suitcase, which was amazing. There was one other person that was also staying in Montreal that left the plane. We were the only two people that were happy on that plane. Oh my God, I can't even imagine the other people. So yeah, basically ended up being super fun and ironic. Now the storm is here and it's really amazing. It's super peaceful. I love snow, I love winter. I can just make myself some tea and relax. So that's my story. I was one of the 250 plane canceled / delayed / transferred somewhere else in Canada, and it happened to be my hometown. Well, it happened to be my lucky day. Not for everyone else in the plane. Life is really funny sometimes. You just have to go with it. Roll with it. I'll see you next week. Ciao.